Have you ever wondered what goes on behind the blue line? What happens when the cameras are supposedly off? For years, London's Metropolitan Police, the Met, has been under a microscope, facing accusations of deep-seated cultural problems. But what we're about to discuss today isn't just an accusation. It's a look inside, thanks to a brave officer who decided to wear a secret camera. This isn't just another news report. This is a story about courage, about exposing a toxic culture from within, and about the fight for justice and respect inside one of the world's most famous police forces. The story begins with a serving officer. Let's call him Officer A. To protect his identity, he joined the force with a sense of duty, a desire to protect and serve his community. But what he found inside was a stark and disturbing contrast to the public image of the Met. He witnessed firsthand a culture where misogynistic, racist, and homophobic comments weren't just isolated incidents, but part of the daily banter in some of the most specialized and elite units. Imagine going to work every day, surrounded by colleagues who make derogatory jokes about women, who mock people based on their race, and who create an environment that feels hostile and unsafe. That was his reality. He knew that simply reporting it through official channels might not be enough. He'd seen others try and fail, often facing backlash themselves. So, he made a difficult and risky decision to record his colleagues and bring the truth to light. For months, he secretly filmed conversations and interactions within his team. The footage he captured is shocking. We're talking about senior officers, men in positions of authority and trust, engaging in behavior that would be unacceptable in any workplace, let alone a police force. The recordings allegedly reveal officers making grossly offensive comments about female colleagues, ranking them based on their appearance, and using vile, misogynistic language. There were also numerous instances of racist remarks, targeting Black and Asian communities with stereotypes and slurs. One of the most damning pieces of evidence involves comments made in the aftermath of the murder of Sarah Everard by a serving Met officer. Instead of solemn reflection, the recordings reportedly captured jokes and dismissive attitudes, revealing a profound lack of empathy and respect. This wasn't just locker room talk. It was a window into a mindset that devalues women and minorities, the very people the police are sworn to protect. The impact of such a culture is devastating. For female officers, it creates a workplace where they are not seen as equals but as objects of scorn or desire. It undermines their authority and their ability to do their job effectively. For officers from minority backgrounds, it's a constant reminder that they are seen as other, facing a wall of prejudice from the very people who are supposed to be their teammates. This toxic environment doesn't just stay within the station walls. It inevitably spills out onto the streets. If officers hold these views internally, how can we trust them to police our diverse communities fairly and without bias? It erodes public trust, which is the absolute bedrock of policing. When communities, especially women and ethnic minorities, feel that the police don't respect them, they are less likely to report crimes, cooperate with investigations, or see the police as a source of help. This creates a dangerous cycle of alienation and mistrust. The revelations from this secret filming are part of a much larger pattern. We can't forget the case of PC Wayne Couzens, who used his police credentials to kidnap, rape, and murder Sarah Everard, or David Carrick, another officer, who was unmasked as one of the UK's most prolific sex offenders. These are not just one bad apple scenarios. The Casey Review, a comprehensive report into the culture of the Met, concluded that the force is institutionally racist, misogynistic, and homophobic. It painted a picture of a boys' club culture that protects perpetrators and silences victims. The secret recordings by this brave officer serve as a raw, unfiltered confirmation of Baroness Casey's findings. It's the ground-level proof that these aren't just abstract criticisms. This is the lived reality for many within the force. So, what happens now? The footage has been handed over to the BBC and, crucially, to the Met's own Standards Directorate. An investigation is underway. The Met Police has stated that they are appalled by the allegations and are taking them extremely seriously. They have promised to root out any officer who exhibits these behaviors. But for many, these promises ring hollow. We've heard them before. The real question is whether this time will be different. Will there be real accountability? Will the officers involved be removed from their posts? And more importantly, will the Met finally undertake the radical, top-to-bottom reform that is so clearly needed? Changing a culture is incredibly difficult. It requires more than just a few dismissals or a new training program. It requires a fundamental shift in mindset, leadership, and accountability. This story is also about incredible bravery. The officer who wore the camera put his career and personal safety on the line. He knew he would be seen as a traitor by some of his colleagues, but he believed that exposing the truth was more important than his own comfort or career progression. He is a whistleblower in the truest sense of the word, someone who spoke up against wrongdoing for the greater good. His actions force us all to ask difficult questions. How many other officers see this behavior and stay silent? What systems are in place to protect those who do want to speak out? And how can we create an environment where the good officers feel empowered to challenge the bad? This isn't just a London problem or a UK problem. Police forces around the world are grappling with similar issues of trust, accountability, and internal culture. What this story demonstrates is the power of one individual to spark a conversation and demand change. It highlights the crucial role of investigative journalism and whistleblowers in holding powerful institutions to account. The road to reforming the Met will be long and difficult. It will require sustained pressure from the public, the media, and politicians. But the first step is always exposing the truth, no matter how ugly it is. This secret footage has ripped the bandage off a deep wound. And while it's painful to see, it's a necessary step towards healing. We must keep watching, keep asking questions, and keep demanding better from those who are meant to protect us all. Thank you so much for joining me to discuss this incredibly important and challenging topic. What are your thoughts on this? Do you believe the Met can truly change? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the stories that matter. Stay safe and stay informed.